I don't feel good. I can't think of a better way to make myself feel better than making a big pot of lasagna. Also, if you can hear the fridge, I'm sorry. I got a microphone for my camera, and what do you know? It's not compatible with my camera. I found this lasagna recipe like 2 years ago, and I don't follow it anymore. I generally just reference it to know how hot to make the oven and how long to cook it for. I originally found this because I really wanted to make lasagna for my husband and I, but usually when you make lasagna, it's for like a crap load of people. So I looked up a recipe that was a small batch of lasagna, and I found this recipe for lasagna for 2, and you make it in a little bread pan. I used to think that lasagna was an incredibly intimidating thing to make until I started making it like this. Every time I make it is probably a little bit different. I'm gonna link the recipe down below so that you can make it the right way, but I'm also gonna show you how I do it. I've modified this a couple of times to make it a little bit easier to make, like during the week. In my opinion, there's 2 different types of lasagnas. The first type is for when you have all day long on a Saturday or Sunday and you want to make it real nice to impress your friends, and you just go all out and you make your own sauce and you just put your tender loving care into it because you have the time. This lasagna is for when it's a Tuesday night and you've had a long day and you come home and you're like, oh my god, I just need lasagna. I know that it's like not very chefy of me to not make my own sauce, but what do you know, I'm not a chef, so who cares? So I have done my due diligence to research and find what I think is the best store-bought tomato sauce. To me, this sauce tastes so close to homemade that you literally cannot tell the difference. Trust me, this is the stuff right here. Let's make some sauce. You want to start out with about 1 pound of ground beef. I will say, I have used ground turkey before, and in my opinion, it tasted great. All right, so what you want to do is pour some olive oil at the bottom of a pan. This is cutting off my 5 head. Meat going in. That's disgusting. What you want to do is season your meat while it's cooking. So we're going to salt it up. When you think you've added enough, add more. We're going to add some ground pepper. We're going to add some Italian seasoning. And we're also going to add garlic powder. You could add like real garlic, but I don't have any. I know that you can't really see this, but I'm sure that you've seen people make ground beef before. So now what you want to do, since that's all browned, is add your sauce. I typically do like a jar and a half. I like my lasagna to be saucy, so. Got it. That's what you want. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this on like a low heat so that it can, all the flavors can like marry together and, you know, whatever. So while that is doing that, then we can prepare all of our cheeses. I forgot to mention something very important. We are using oven-ready noodles. I've never done it any other way. They kind of look like paper. They almost don't even look very appetizing, like cardboard. If you wanted to, you could probably take the time to do the noodles that you have to boil and everything, but why? In this lasagna, there are 3 cheeses: ricotta, mozz, and parm. The way that this goes, I think, I'm not referring to the recipe for this because I have too much pride. I think it's sauce, noodle, ricotta, mozzarella, in that order. Don't quote me on that. So what I like to do is get everything ready to stack. I love lasagna. I could eat it like every day. And I think that's because of all the cheese. How people live without cheese, I don't understand. You're in my thoughts and prayers. I believe the recipe calls for 4 ounces of ricotta. I have found in the past that that has not been enough, or maybe I just used too much. Oh, that just looks incredibly appetizing. You're gonna wanna crack an egg and whisk it so that you can mix it into the ricotta. Should I try and crack an egg with one hand? Okay. Mix this in. This is just a casual video because I missed you guys and I haven't filmed in a while because I've been working a lot of overtime, and then it was Christmas. Merry Christmas! How was your Christmas? That sounded really insincere. All right, so what you want to do is add grated parm to your ricotta mix. So we're just gonna eyeball this as well. We're gonna add some black pepper. All right, that is done and spreadable. This is me and all my friends. What you wanna do is add a little bit of this to coat the bottom of the pan. Like that. Then what you wanna do is take a noodle friend, take your ricotta mix, spread it on. You want the whole thing coated because, I don't know. I act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything. Place it down in there, add your mozz. And then you're gonna do it again like 3 or 4 times. It depends. Let's do it. Quick debrief, it cooked for about 40 minutes and then I let it rest for probably a good 10. Letting it rest after it comes out of the oven is extremely important. I don't remember why, but it gives everything time to like, okay. I'm not doing a very good job of cutting this. I've had this like 6 million times. I know it's good. I added fresh basil to the top. The recipe calls for parsley to go on top, but I really wanted to try out basil on top, and it's good. If you don't take anything else away, take this away. If there's something in a recipe that you don't like about it, and it's not like detrimental to the structure of the recipe, change it. This is really good. I'm gonna link this recipe in the description. I really hope that you make this because it's not that complicated. You wanna know how I felt like I was a chef? I made this and I was like, I can do anything. I hope you had an awesome Christmas or Hanukkah or Honda days. Whatever you celebrate, I hope it was great. And with that, I need Tylenol.